I'm not going to be defeated. This is what I'm going to use. Kills. This is a premium Kills. It's a high hide stain blocker, low odor, zero VOCs, interior and exterior. Water base. That's what I'm going to use. Now, you know, had I have removed the popcorn ceiling first, before I went and got the paint and the sheetrock mud and everything, I would have seen that and I would have thought twice about getting a stain blocker. Okay, I haven't put it up there yet. I'm gonna start that pretty soon. But you know what? I mean, I was at the store. I told the lady at the paint department what I was doing. I was going to remove a popcorn ceiling. I also, and she recommended PVA primer. And I even talked to a painter who was picking up some material. He says, hey, you got to walk down this aisle. Here, I'll show you what to get. This is what you need to use. And I told him what I was going to do too. Remove the popcorn ceiling. Well, there's my mistake. I asked and I followed somebody else's directions. I never should have done that. Never! Because I knew better. You know? It's my own fault for getting that PVA sealer. Now that PVA sealer is like $10. This is a little over $20. Now the PVA sealer, it works fine for new sheetrock. I think that's the only time I would use a PVA sealer. Okay? Don't use it on old sheetrock. I should have known. I should have just got the stain blocker and been done with it. It's a good insurance policy. You know, if you got a question whether or not your sealer is going to work for your project or not, get a stain blocker. This also blocks water stains. There was no water stains up there or anything, by the way, but you know, you saw the sheetrock, it was all discolored. I never would have thought the sheetrock would have discolored being under a popcorn ceiling spray texture. You know what I mean? How could it yellow? I don't know. And so I was kind of at a loss with that. I should have just thought about it a little bit more and got the Kills. That's what you need. You know, I don't know what time it is, 7:30, 8 o'clock or whatever. I'm putting this Kills up tonight. Last thing I want is to wait until the morning, and now I'll have wasted another day, and this plastic could come down at any point with the masking tape that I have up there and all that. So, you know what? I'm working late tonight. Blah-da! That's what a ceiling's supposed to look like after you put your primer on. Man, that Kills works good. I blitzed it about a half hour or so, maybe 35, 40 minutes, because I didn't have to cut it all in, because remember I had the sheetrock mud all the way around, and so nothing was going to bleed through that. Right? Now, on my finished paint, I'm going to have to cut this in one more time, because the Kills is on the edges in certain areas it's not. Okay? Wow, that looks way better. Yes. Here's something else I just learned. You remember how yellow and discolored that sheetrock was? Well, if you ever come across that, and if you have to skim over any of that, or redo the seams, kind of like what I did, and the nail heads and stuff, you might want to put Kills on it first. And that's what I'm going to do in the other room, because when I came back here, there was a couple areas where the sheetrock mud had just peeled back. In fact, there's one right there. It peeled back, and I took my little putty knife and I kind of cut it out a little bit, and then I put some caulking in there, and then blended it back in before I put the kills up there, and that should hold any other loose bits that are up there. Now, I had a couple other spots over here too, and the same thing happened. I hope I don't see any more of those come up, but you know, this is the first time I've worked with old sheetrock, and I should have thought about it a little bit better, but that's why I'm bringing it to you. Anytime you get old sheetrock discolored like that and you need to work on it, prime it, paint it, put some sheetrock mud on it, whatever, make sure to seal it first and use the kills. Okay, well, this kills is still drying, and I'm gonna let this dry all the way. I'm gonna go eat now. It's 8:30, 8:45, and when I come back, I'm gonna put the finished paint up here. I'm gonna recut this all in and put 2 coats of finished paint up here. I don't care how long it takes me. I just don't want to get behind schedule, and if I have to do an all-nighter, I will. I told you I'd get done. It's 3:15 in the morning. Yeah, you heard me. 3:15, because I've got other things I've got to do tomorrow. One, to cut in all around the top of these walls, take the plastic down, throw all this stuff away, load this popcorn crap in the trash can, pull up the craft paper, and get this room back in order. On top of my crown came off today on my tooth, and I've got to run around and try to find a dentist who'd be willing to put that back on for me. Okay, so in the morning, it was kind of hard with the light in here. I think I got it all, but in the morning, if I missed any little spots, I can whip out my little mini roller and touch it up. Well, that's all I got for tonight. That's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.